All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you so much. This is Vurt Gutter Dreams. This is our live stream campaign using the Cypher system. This game is set in the world of Vurt. The setting by the book series by Jeff Noon that came out in the 90s, a novel by the same name. And the people over at Raven Desk Games created this role playing game. It's built on the Cypher system rulebook and the game created by Monty Cook Games, and this is kind of just built off of that. And this came out just a couple years ago. And so we thank you all for being here. And so we're going to jump into kind of a recap and then introducing the players. Eddie, you got your headphones on and stuff? You ready to do introductions?
Yeah, sure thing. Sorry
Very
about
cool.
that.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So since everybody's listening then, we'll go ahead and do introductions then like we normally do. But before we do that, actually, I will remind everyone you can help out the channel by just helping us with Twitch Primes, following the channel, sharing. But the best way, just follow us, man, and just watch us. We just want to have people just joining us and kind of being part of the community. So I'm not in it for the money. I just kind of want to just have people here with us, having fun. So, all right. So anyways, today, once again, and I put in the link in the chat bot. That way you guys can see the game, and you can click that link to get to the game itself. Anyway, so we will do introductions. So I'll start at the top left on the screen there. Jeremy, tell us who you're playing, and yeah.
Hey, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Even One. He's a robo-vert mathematician who controls blurb flies. So does a little bit of magic and has a couple of cool little robots that fly around and sting stuff.
Very cool, very cool. Why don't you, since we probably got some new people coming in here, we've been gone a few weeks, why don't you tell everybody kind of what a robovert is, maybe a little bit?
So, robo, like robot,
right?
But, real artificial intelligence kind of stuff. Or in this whole setting, you've got naturally reproducing versions of a whole lot of different stuff. And so the vert part is a virtual being, and that goes into the whole backstory. But that and lost my train of thought. But
yes, speaking of, to clarify what he said virtual. He meant virtual, as in like magical, mystical, dream being. So that's something specific to the setting. So yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff. So hey Eddie, if you don't mind, can you mute your mic when you're not talking? But we're about to throw to you, so don't do it yet. So Eddie, why don't you tell us who you're playing today, buddy?
Sure thing. I'm playing DJ Weaver. He is a Vertman speaker who works the room. Basically, he's this underground DJ turned local superstar overnight, and basically he takes no shit from gangsters or thugs.
Nice.
Kind of like a eco-friendly social justice warrior that gets down when getting down needs to be done.
That's right. Cool stuff. So all right, and so we'll I got to get my screen up, geez, so I can see who's in the top right. Yeah. So Sean, why don't you tell us who Hack is? Hack Martin.
Okay, so Hack is a Roboman Vurt. He goes by his name is Maxwell Martin, but he goes by Hack. Basically, because he is the team hacker, electronics expert, computer guy. He can actually physically connect to computers because of his Roboman side. So that's kind of the part he plays, and he has slight, I don't know, I guess Vurt genetics or whatever. And the only way you can tell is because he has slightly yellow eyes.
Yeah, they're very faint in him, ain't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the hyper process is like, that's almost like manifest in like his mind is kind of like faster than other people's, almost like, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
hyper processes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like a chip implanted into his brain, basically. And the way you can tell he's Robo Man is basically he just has like a very metallic sheen to his skin. But other than that, I mean, he just looks like a normal human
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
shape, I guess.
Nice.
He
Very
doesn't have
cool.
like six arms or anything.
Very cool. Very cool. And so I guess we'll finish up with Jeff. Why don't you tell us who you're playing?
Well, I'm playing a ex K9 unit police dog. Like literally a pure dog warrior who makes it their problem. He's he defends the weak, children, anybody who's being abused, and he's just all around, I guess good dog who's, tries to help whenever he can.
Very cool. Very cool. It's one of those unique settings where you get to play things like just like a straight up dog, pure dog. It's pretty crazy like that. So it's like playing the like D&D with like the what do you call it, the Savage Beast Codex, or what was it? What is it? 3.5, where you could like what was that book you had? Where you could play like the ogres and stuff and like the trolls. What was that book? It was like the what was that called? It's like playing with that,
I don't remember.
kind of like where you could play dogs and stuff and like robos and things. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of like that. But anyways, we're picking up where
Honestly,
we left
surprised
off.
cat isn't an option.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why cat is. I think it's because they just wanted to stick to like saying like for some reason the drug fecundity 10 like for some reason was like more compatible with dog DNA. I'm not sure really, but so anyways,
Nobody wants to play it.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there like furries and stuff nowadays. So, but anyways, anyway, so that's a thing now. So, but anyways, so we're gonna jump into a recap of the last game, especially since Eddie missed the last game. So the last game, last game was pretty big. Some big stuff happened. So we found out Red Roy had a brother, and we found out in the worst possible way because he was pissed off and sought revenge on Parker and Parker's estate. I say estate, but it's basically just his tenement where he protects and keeps all those down and outs and young people and stuff and keeps them safe. People who don't qualify for help, like Vurt beings and shadow creatures and stuff like that, and things that get cast out from normal society in Manchester, and all this is taking place in Trafford. It's a certain borough in Manchester. It's near the center, but not quite the nice part. And so, but so luckily Sean had sort of a heads up notice because you and Even had worked together and put up like security cameras and stuff. And y'all had put up security cameras, and then like suddenly you had on your feed, you saw movement on the sensors of the security cameras that someone was outside Parker's place. But the problem was that you couldn't get in contact with Parker. So you guys rushed over there as quick as you could. Problem was by the time you got there, the bomb had already gone off. But you guys arrived as you could and tried to help people, get people out of the building, save as many lives as you could, stop the attackers. Well, you quickly realized that Red Roy's brother, who was Red Roy, if you remember back to the early part of our campaign, was the head of the Purist gang. Red Roy's brother, Vince, he's leading a small group on this attack on the tenement, and there was a bomb going off and all that stuff like that. And so you guys get in, you start facing down the attackers and everything, and so you guys get in there and start trying to handle the situation. So we had like a scene play out there and that kind of stuff, and so that's kind of what happens. And I'm kind of getting the camera adjusted. So again, because someone's camera screwed up, so let me see if I can get that fixed. So one of y'all want to kind of pick up where I left off on the recap on getting cameras adjusted? Does anybody else remember kind of what maybe happened?
I
We went
remember.
in there and tried to. We brought a bunch of people out, right? And then we shot
Yeah.
at. Actually, I think I shot one of the guys that was responsible for.
Yeah, you ended up. That's right. You ended up getting in a firefight outside because you didn't enter in as fast as everyone else. And you saw there was a van outside, and he tried to charge at you with the van. He hit you with the van, clipped you with the van, and then you ended up getting in a fight with the getaway driver.
Yeah.
And there was a gunfight outside between you and him. Paige went inside, got into a fight with a bunch of people. Jeff got inside, tried to help get a bunch of kids out, got a bunch of the kids out. You guys ended up helping Parker out a lot, but Vince and his goons started to get out. And Paige ended up getting in a situation where she was squaring down with Vince. And he basically had the equivalent of a Desert Eagle. You know, a 50 caliber pistol, handgun, at her. And she talked him down, and he said, "You've got 24 hours to get Roy out of jail." She just got amazingly lucky on her persuasion roll. And so he left. So, and you guys did manage to gun down one of the guys. So, but the rest of them got away. So that's how the scene kind of played itself out. So, and so there was some other things I think happened earlier in that session, but I don't remember how much was pertinent to tying into this adventure. I do know that you do have some other loose ends that you guys do want to tie up. I do know that Eddie, were you present for the Game Cat is Dead thing?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think you're here for that.
Okay.
I think I saw the recap. That's what I saw.
Okay, yeah. So there was a bit of a So basically the underground Featherhead community basically believes that the Game Cat is dead, and because basically the viral imagery all over Manchester of like a 16-bit cat with a knife through its head, with like a viral image of the Game Cat is dead.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And so it says like long live but it says the Game Cat is dead, long live the Game Cat. So kind of like, the king, long live the queen, whatever. Kind of like that. So it's quite unique, and nothing ever kind of wrapped up there. But Paige seems very, very interested in still pursuing her. Cypher Unlimited stream, thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate it. See, jeez, my kids are being crazy. You're screaming all in the house until it calms down about, in like 40 minutes when everything cools down when I go to bed. So when we left the game, you guys were all out. I think all of you had run outside. Well, actually, I think Stray was still inside near Parker, but the rest of you had run outside and were kind of chasing all the gang guys out. I want to note, too, also remember that Vince's goons with him were not all purists. So you don't think that Vince is a purist like his brother was. He just wants vengeance on his brother. But that is a potential weapon or tool you could use against maybe him or his friends. Just something to consider. So when we last left the game, there you were, most of you standing outside the estate, smoke, debris all around you, the streets full of probably not full of gawkers, but people stand in their houses, looking out their windows, looking at everything going around. People out in the streets that came from Parker's place, kids. Wounded from the fight, from the bombs, just the chaos from inside. Parker's still inside, probably with Stray, because he took a hell of a beating from Vince.
I mean, if he's unconscious or something or can't walk,
he wasn't unconscious, but you remember he took a hell of a lick to the face before you. Remember you jumped
on fire,
in.
right?
No, it's not on fire. No, it's not on fire, but it took a hell of hell of an explosion, like a hell of a bomb.
Okay.
You do not believe it's on fire, though. So, what you can. I don't know if your character would know that, but you can. Well, you got
Can I
heightened
smell
senses.
smoke?
You got heightened senses.
I can make
You
a roll.
don't think it's. I would say you actually don't know roll required. You don't think it's on fire.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't think it was intended to burn the place.
I'll still
It
I'll
wasn't
still
that kind of charge.
try to help lead him outside because I know that's where the first
Yeah.
responders are going to end up.
Okay. Okay. All right. The rest of you, Stray may not realize this because he's a dog, and he's a former cop dog. The rest of you don't expect first responders.
Really?
This is Trafford. At least not
Okay.
in any time frame to expect actual first responders. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like not in a time frame that seems legitimate. Like
So
maybe
we
in an
don't
hour.
need to- Okay. So we don't necessarily need to hide any suspects or suspicious entities that.
Well, you
Parker
got plenty of time to
was
hide people.
hiding.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, do you know the whereabouts of Crispy? You know, the zombie that he had? You like, for
No, but I
example, if you
remember
want to
that
know
he
where he's
exists.
at, you got an hour to hide him if he's here.
Crispy.
Well, that was actually what people called him. So I probably didn't say that in the actual game, but that's what he's called. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Actually, that's a great time. We'll say this is actually a great time. Weaver just kind of shows up, like walks up, and like he sees like just the bomb went off at like Weaver. It's like half the structure is like blown out. Kids crying in the street. Like there's a shadow of goth girl just up against the car, like just crying black tears and smoke coming out everywhere out of her eyes, like wounded, as she's got like a dog boy like clutched in her arms, and he's bleeding from a head wound. These are all kids. They're Parker's kids. And all these people are outside. And you see Hack standing in the streets, just lowered his gun. And you see even behind him with his cane in his hand, and that's what you're seeing in the scene.
Can somebody explain to me what the hell happened?
There is too much. Let me sum up. Bomb. Asshole's brother set the bomb. Wants us to get asshole out of prison. Where asshole equals that, whatever the word, the racist, modist gang leader.
Okay.
The one you beat up in the nightclub. Who's now sitting in Manchester PD custody.
And I'm thinking to myself, see what I'm thinking, what the dog is thinking, is he's sniffing around where all these people, where he saw all the bad people. Like he's upstairs, like sniffing around where that Vince was, and like what's running. He's anxious. He's anxious. Like he's pacing around. Like
Thought you were leading Parker out.
yeah. Once I
Okay.
get done with him.
Okay,
Once
so
I get
you
him
lead
out there,
Parker out,
that's
and then
what's
you
going
like run back inside and do
on.
that. Okay, so y'all see. So you see Stray lead Parker out to the front steps, and you see Parker. You see ebony skinned Parker. With his like his fading hair on top and his torn clothes from a fight, and he's covering his eye because he got smacked really hard, and he's staying at the steps, and he kind of like slowly makes his way down, and you see Stray just kind of like bolts back inside, and he just kind of makes his way down the steps, and he says, "Oh, did they all get away?" kids? Are they okay? He's looking around and assessing the situation.
I'm gonna find. Oh, what's her name? The lady who I was talking to, who, because she seemed like a nurse type or a doctory type, and make
Galani?
sure make sure she's able to look at the kids,
Cool.
kind of a thing.
Actually,
Perfect.
Shane, you just brought up a new thing too. I would probably try to sniff out where the bomb went off and make sure that there wasn't anybody there.
Like where the bomb went off?
Yeah, make sure there wasn't anybody wounded or dead or
Okay.
something.
Sure. Okay. Make a heightened senses roll, I guess. Probably intellect. I'll say that's a difficulty 3. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So you find where the bomb was put off, and it went off like about 20 feet shy of the corner where the alley is, and it looks like he intentionally planted there, whoever put it there, to destabilize the structure. And it looks like you do definitely smell that someone was there when it went off. You don't know who it took, but it took someone. And they're not with us anymore. You don't believe there's much left of them. You'd have to do a head count of all the people in the house. But someone's
Can I
gone.
do a heightened senses roll to see if they smell familiar?
Yes, you can.
Probably not.
What'd you get?
3. Yeah.
I mean, it's familiar, but you don't recognize the scent of an individual. So,
Right, I can't pinpoint who it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to do like a head count or something. Just go around, and since I know everybody that lives there, I should be able to tell who's missing. Should.
What's up, Brian? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you're gonna do a head count of all the kids missing? Alright, cool. Alright, so
And I'll bring like if I can find a piece of clothing or something from the one that was killed, like, or something, I'll bring that out and drop it in front of Parker and look really sad.
aw, ears back and everything, lower your head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, cool. Yeah, so you find an article of clothing there, and then maybe make a Weaver, make a intellect roll. I'll say it's a difficulty 3. Just to kind of like, do a quick head count, and maybe Jeff's evidence will help you do this and that kind of stuff. And like you're so flustered, and like every time you start counting, like you can't keep your head straight. Like you're not focusing. Like you come up with a number, and then like you're like, no, this is not right, and then like you think like, oh, it's Tabitha that's missing, and then you see Tabitha. You're just having a hard time figuring out who's not there. Obviously, you can attempt again, but it takes you some time. So
It's cool.
this is an example of how this kind of thing actually happens in real life. In these kind of situations. So
Yeah.
if someone wanted to help him, they could. So, and what that would do is that would reduce the difficulty. So, anyways, so okay, what about anybody else? What do they want to do? Obviously, you can try to re-roll that, Weaver, if you want to, as if you're just trying to count again, if you want to.
Okay. Do I have an XP that I can?
You don't have to do it that
re-roll
way. You can just roll it again. It just means you're taking more time to do it. It's fine.
Oh, sure thing. Oh, wait a second. There we go. Oh my god, I'm flustered as frick.
Man, your family just died. Your family just died. You're not handling yourself well. You're not keeping your composure.
I'm having a breakdown.
You're not having a good day. What were you doing? What were you doing when the bomb happened? Maybe it's weighing on your conscience, maybe. You weren't here.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. Maybe that could be in character. Like I don't remember. Like I actually think the answer is really obvious, and then when I think about it, I can't actually point it. I just got there.
Right. That's cool. Okay, so actually, we'll use that as an opportunity to jump to someone else. And so what about you guys? What do we see y'all do over the next hour while the second and third responders show up? So
I'm gonna make sure that the people that don't need to be found by the authorities,
which is pretty much all the kids.
Probably.
Most of these kids don't have legitimate like members, like civilian like IDs. If that makes any sense. I'll tell you what exactly happened to pretty much all these kids. Right?
Whatever they decide to do with the kids, I'll follow them.
Yeah. So this is pretty much what will happen to the kids, right? So the ones with mixed breeds with dogs will get taken to the kennel in lorries. They'll get dropped off in the kennel, and the dogs will sort them. If there's any NVLs found, they'll get taken to the top of the wall and be thrown over and get sorted on their own. Any shadows or any Vurt beings found will get taken and get sold off to mega corporations and become lab subjects, probably. And any robo beings will get sent to Toy Town, and they'll probably be rehabilitated and will probably end up becoming autogen terrorist. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, not intentionally, but they'll end up...
Life in Trafford is hard.
I mean, that's just what they'll end up...
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I probably don't need to be here because I think I just shot a guy.
Yeah,
I just kind of like,
I think I just shot a guy. Yeah, there's literally a guy with a bullet in the back on the middle of the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless why am I so bad with names? Unless Parker has a bus or similar to fit all the kids.
There was a van. I was gonna say there's a van, but y'all blew the engine block on it.
I want to call Seamus, the Roboman guy that we talked to at the very beginning.
I'm so glad you're dropping names because I was trying to do a master list of all the NPCs that you guys have, and I was trying to remember his effing name. Thank you for. What was he? A Roboman?
I wrote down that he was a Roboman at my family pharmaceutical corp thing.
Thank you.
And see if he's got to have a truck.
Didn't he work for like the warehouse or something? Because that's where he collected like. Yeah, nice, nice. Okay, if you want to spend 1 XP from your like not your character XP, but like not your advancement XP, but like your, I'll just say that he does it for you and no questions asked. But if you want, but you can roll persuasion and convince him to show up if you want to. Either one.
No. We'll just spend the XP because this is important.
Very cool. All right, so we'll just kind of. Do you want to gloss over it and just say he shows up, or do you want to roleplay that out?
Let's just gloss over it. I suppose right. This is like. I'm just very curt and like there are kids involved, sort of a thing. We got to take care of.
Then it's like right on. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Sweet. I'm trying to remember there was another name we dropped earlier. It was Seamus.
Galani.
Thank you, Galani. I was doing this master list. I want to make sure I got all the names.
And there's that other G name. Oh,
yeah.
Elamane. He hadn't come up in this conversation though.
Yeah. Sorry,
that was
people
the
stream
creepy weird dude that you see in your dreams.
Yeah.
Came
out of a roof. So I'm going to turn, after I call him, I'm going to turn to Hack and Weaver and say, okay, I got us truck's coming so we can get these kids out of here. Somebody come up with a place for us to take them.
How many are there?
So what you really need is you need to know how many are still alive.
Well, we can count how many are still standing
Right.
here. It's
Well, that's the
figuring out
number
which
you
one we
need, right?
lost is the
So
problem.
So the
I
number you
can't.
need is how many are alive. So, well, you obviously can count how many are alive, but part of the counting was to determine who's not there and who is accounted for and who's not, like who was in the blast, right? So I mean that's more specific. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get the exact count. So, but I was actually gonna say, let me pull out a dice and I could roll.
That was said
some
by
dice.
someone who hasn't counted
So-
a horde of zombies.
Yeah, maybe Weaver's so frazzled, and you guys like maybe say like maybe one of us should step in and help him right now.
I mean, I could probably figure out who it is, or try to figure out who it is. I just can't, communicate who who it is.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true.
At least not without Paige.
9 kids
Oh,
are alive and wounded.
and wounded.
Well, or
Or wounded.
alive or unscathed or wounded.
I mean,
I'll say it's a little higher than that. That's not. We'll say 12.
okay. I
We'll
mean,
say 12.
I've got an apartment. It'd be super, super tight, but I mean, if they just need to get off the street, we could go there.
How far are we? Well,
Oh wait, I
can't-
forgot there were families on the upper levels and stuff too. I forgot about those. Because he doesn't just take care of kids on the lower levels. Like there's family that live in the upper levels. So I'd say there's at least 3 families that live in there. So you're looking at about 20 people still alive and accounted for.
Does Parker know how many are missing?
Yes, there are 9 people missing. 9 people.
Were they there at the time? Well, once again, I can't.
He's not sure. You can count.
Yeah.
6 are dead. 6 are definitely dead.
Shit.
So,
And you
at
think
least
one was at the blast radius and is like nothing but red mist.
I didn't see any others that were like heavily wounded when I was in there looking.
I assumed that you got those out, you got all those out, or the other kids got all those out.
Okay, yeah.
So during all the chaos. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we've checked the wreckage. One family can go to my slum apartment thing, whatever it is. I doubt more than a family could fit in it.
You can always convince the Kumar brothers to take somebody in.
I was actually thinking of that. Just like
They had a
showing
chance
up.
to clean up. Oh,
What
we'll
if-
clean up the bodies for them.
Exactly. They're in their backyard and they had that whole room full of junk.
Yeah.
We could just shove it all to one side.
Yeah, they had a whole
Yeah.
warehouse full of stuff.
Yeah, they got plenty of room.
Yeah. Killed some people over there too. All right.
And it's well protected, right? Didn't it have some sort of like a turret in the front to defend with?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a security system or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That's plan A.
Kumar brothers
Somebody
are going
come
to
up
love
with
that.
plan B.
They're going to love that.
They owe us. They owe us.
Yeah, if you guys remember, yeah, Kumar brothers were the Dreamweavers that were extremely reclusive. And they'll just love the idea of,
Here, hold this baby. And this one.
nice. Yeah. Okay.
They probably don't want to see me again.
Yeah,
What was it you did? Well, you paint.
I
Yeah, you
almost
dropped
broke
a
their braids.
you dropped like one of those dolls of fire or something like that in one room, didn't you? Just.
Oh yeah, I totally wrecked the place.
Yeah, that's right. You
The
did, didn't you?
shadow puppet or something.
Yeah, that's right. You did, didn't you? That's right. Yeah. Okay.
I went
Cool.
berserk.
Yeah. All right. So. Yeah. Well, at least. Oh yeah, and you almost ripped the droid locks out of one of them.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention that.
Oh man, that's funny stuff. Okay. So. All right. So you guys had to see the Kumar brothers. Okay. So, well, first off, they get that place locked down like tight, right? I mean, 'cause they got the keypad and everything locked, right? But of course,
Well,
you
we'll
guys
just
are
send
like,
Hack up to the door.
because you guys are like, like hackers and shit, So, do you guys like ask for permission to enter, or is it just like last time where you just kind of like, hack in, or how does it look?
I think we should ask. I don't want to
Okay.
get into the case where we show up with a bunch of random people that
Okay. All right, so you get to the door. You get to the big looking warehouse door with like a man door beside it and a keypad, code like in like a vid screen beside it, and you hit the key, like the little button to talk, and you hear the Kumar. One of the I think it was Vanish who was okay. It was Neil that was hurt. So you hear Vanish. He says, "Yeah, how you guys do?" Oh God, you're back already. Wait, you're bringing more. I see behind you. There's more people behind you. What the hell?
Yeah. Well, we noticed you guys had some space.
You hear a sigh over the intercom. God, you're lucky we owe you. And then you just hear a beep as the door, as the lock breaks open. So.
That's the spirit. I'm just kidding.
All right, so this warehouse is going to be full of people. So, all right, sweet.
Gotta have to make a negotiation or charisma check or some shit.
No, you didn't have to do it. You succeed in your charisma when you save their life. So, all right. So now you found a place for these people, at least for the time being. So I love it how no one did a check to see if there was the structural integrity of the estate tenements. Like, I wonder if you guys are. I have decided whether when you guys go back whether the building will be standing or not. So, so.
I'm not an engineer in this game.
Yeah.
10-4.
I don't know where I am.
You're a musician. You're an entertainer, not an engineer. So, okay. So, man, what's next for you guys? You got 20 people huddled in this warehouse. So what's next for you guys? Like, how's that conversation going? Like, how's it looking for you guys next?
Hmm.
I have no idea because we
Well, if you need help with the recap, you were told 24 hours to get Red Roy out, which ain't gonna fucking happen, to be honest.
Or what?
I mean,
like, what was his?
Or he's gonna go after Parker again, basically.
So what you're saying is we have 24 hours to go murder him and his entire gang?
Pretty much, man. You need to go find. Essentially, you guys need to go find him and his gang. Basically, now. I mean, that's
what my nose is for.
That's what you're gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Is what your character's saying.
Yeah, leave the kids and family and go whoop ass.
There you go. So, and that's definitely a possibility for sure. So, you can go find Red Roy. Sorry, not Red Roy, Vince. And I think his name was Bobo. The other two were unnamed. So,
it certainly seems like the most straightforward.
Of course, there were other stuff Paige, and of course you guys wanted to do, but I'm sure you'll probably want to wait for her to. Surely you'd be nice enough to wait for her to do that, but
yeah,
I'm all about straightforward though.
Okay, so that involves sniffing out the the trail, I guess, which would require, I guess, going back to the scene of the crime and I guess sniffing them out literally with the dog.
Which was why I was up there sniffing around where Vince
Getting their
was
scent.
earlier.
Getting their scent.
Yep.
All right. Okay, cool. Okay. And the blurb flies can help with that too, So, okay. All right. So, do we see you guys go back to the scene of the crime after a little bit to kind of follow the trail? Is that what we see?
Yeah, unless somebody else has an idea. Let Stray do the heavy lifting, and I'll try to assist.
All right.
I'll try to not break it up. Be of some help.
All right. So you all go along. All right. So make a Jeff. That would be a heightened senses roll. And I guess you can get an asset for having even one help you with that, with his blurb flies and stuff, and maybe his abilities like that. So I'll give you an asset there. And the difficulty from this really doesn't come from following his scent. It's following it through a city with lots of people.
Right.
So I'll say difficulty 5, just because just because of just the city and stuff. So.
Oh, and I'm gonna do a recovery thing. That should be one action, right?
If you have not used it yet, it should just be one action. It looks like you have not used it.
And it's +0. Is that right? Or should that be up now for some? I can't remember what makes that up. Like it's a dice +0.
Oh, sorry, I froze up. I was looking at something on Weaver's sheet. Dice +0. What was that from? What are you talking about?
It's under recovery. I can't remember if there was supposed to be a plus there or not.
Oh, it'll automatically add your tier. Your tier. That's like if you have another ability for your character. Does that make sense?
Oh, I got you. Cool.
Like bird beings can get a +1.
Yeah. It should automatically add your tier. There you go. See, it added the +2 for the tier.
Okay. And I may have to take another 10 minutes while we're discussing at their house then, because I'm pretty bad hurt.
If you guys need to do anything like that.
Truck over.
So 13 total.
Weaver, you could probably set your health at max just because you probably haven't been. It's probably been days since you. Also, Weaver, you should have another advancement. You can, Eddie, you should be able to increase either your effort by 1 or add a skill. Pick whichever one you want. Just make sure you mark it. There you go.
There we go. Easy. All right. So let's see. Heightened senses. I'm trained. Have one asset. And what else can I do here?
Well, you can use an effort for sure.
Is a reroll, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. An effort. It's int based. No, I can't do effort. I don't have much int.
Yeah, you don't have a lot to play with there.
Hey,
well, you got to roll an
go.
18. So there you go. Nice. Okay, so since you rolled so much higher too, I'll give you a little boon there. Okay, so you guys, you follow the track, you follow the scent. Okay, so this is actually interesting because I'm going to do something really cool here. So we're going to trigger a scene in this because you're going to have to follow the trail through the city, the same route they went, and they didn't take traditional. They didn't take like a metro or anything, because of the fact that they were armed and wounded.
That makes it a little easier, though.
Yeah. Well, it means you're going to have to traverse through the town a little more. We're going to have a scene, actually.
I just meant like the scent would be broken if they got on.
Yeah, that would have made it hard. Right. So, but we're going to have a scene, actually. So, okay, so let me break out the old book. So, I don't even have my Vurt book up yet. I hadn't even pulled it up yet. Okay, so, and that's a reminder to you guys, actually. You guys know where to find it in the book, by the way, if you, in the Google Drive, if you need it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eddie, you do know how to get to the Vurt book in Google Drive, right?
I should be able to.
Okay,
But
just make sure you knew how to get
I
to
haven't
it.
done it yet.
Okay. Because Raven Desk Games were wonderful enough to make sure that we got a copy for each of us. Legitimate copy for each of us. Okay, so yeah, that's once we'll actually use that opportunity to give a shout out to those people. So if you want to support the people who make this game, guys, go over to Raven Desk Games. They make this wonderful game we're playing. It's based on the Cyber system, so check it out. We're putting a link in the Twitch chat below, so check them out. All right, so jumping back into it, maybe I can use this section. All right, so you guys actually, so Jeff, while you're following the scent, you run into a unique situation. Okay, actually, okay, so you don't run into it first. So even one, you're using your blurb flies, right? Your blurb flies are flying up high as Jeff is following the scent down low. Well, your blurb flies are kind of getting up high, kind of doing kind of like what you call it, like zone coverage, zone defense, kind of spotting things from up high. And it's starting to turn night, right? The sun's starting to go down at this point. And you're following the scent and you're passing through an alley. And apparently, other people have come to this area in their investigation as well. And you see what is make sure I got their name correct, up in front of you. It looks like a little black drone box hovering about 8 feet, about 6 feet in the air. It's got a little pod or like window in it, but instead of being like a drone, it's got a little pod, but inside it looks like it's got a capsule with a little tiny pilot inside or something like that. And I don't know if your character knows much about what these things are. Make an intellect roll, I guess. I'm trying to think if your character has something to know about cops or Vertology. Make a Vertology roll, I guess. Vertology?
Well, Vertology I've got. Let's roll that. I'm at least trained. But that 10 average? I don't know why it applied.
What is that, difficulty 3? Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah, okay, so this is a shadow box. And so the presence of shadow box means there's more around here. And so the fact that they're here means that you're in the region of vents. Okay? Their investigation has led them here. But these are actually Manchester PD. Okay? Shadow boxes are flying robo-shads. Okay? They are basically, they're dream snakes inside basically flying drones. And they're basically cops. But they're dream snake cops. And yeah.
WTF.
Yeah. I think I actually have a picture of a dream snake actually in the stream. I think I can share actually. See if I got it.
Hold up, guys. We had to take the long way
I got
around.
a picture of one. There you go.
Cool.
But that little thing inside is a little snake, a dream snake. Dream snakes are like the most common Vurt beings that slide in through the Vurt. And they're basically just like doused in shadow. And
So
Yeah.
I'm picturing the Vurt beings as very Cthulhu like.
Yeah, imagine if you took like a little Cthulhu like little snake and you shoved it inside a mechanical drone and you made it a cop. They came into use when the dragon was the head of the police. So yeah. So anyways, if you're seeing one up ahead in the alley, then that means there's more cops probably up ahead too.
Right.
And if it's a shadow cop, you're probably not expecting many flesh cops, because flesh cops don't operate often with shadow boxes. Does that make sense?
Sure, but it's still something we want to avoid, I'm assuming.
Yes. They're not exceptionally tough. They're basically patrols. So
regardless, I'm gonna say, hang on, guys.
But it's right in the way of Jeff's scent. So yeah.
Said cop.
Cops.
Yeah.
It's the little ones,
like,
the flying ones.
Okay,
Right.
so I like take my hoodie and I'm just right over the head, look down a bit. I'm all paranoid.
Do you actually say shadow boxes?
If I know that word, then sure.
Yes, you know what they are.
Yeah.
Jeff, your character immediately recognizes that phrase and that word, and you know what they are.
Mhm.
You probably don't like them very much. You probably don't like them, Jeff, because they're probably putting you out of work.
Yeah.
They're probably putting pure dogs out of work. I mean, honestly. Because they got all this like super advanced technology and everything that kind of puts. I mean, they have like these info beam scanners, that kind of makes it where you don't need dogs and things.
Is there an alleyway close by we can take to maybe circumvent?
You could probably circumvent it. The problem is getting back on the trail that Jeff.
You got to remember, I still don't realize that I am a police dog. So I'm like, how do I know that word?
Yeah, that's a good point. You're like, you know these things and you don't like them. You just don't know why. And for some reason, in the back of your head, you're like, they're taking my job. From like South Park.
One sec.
Yep.
Oh, God.
So I'm gonna say, come on, Stray, we gotta take the long way around.
Okay, so you can take the really long way around, which will make the scent roll to pick up the scent much harder. Okay, or you can make a stealth roll and pick up the same difficulty you did before.
I mean, y'all gonna have to pull me off the scent.
Yeah, how does that work? Y'all gonna like pull him back, like grab him by the
I was
collar of his
talking
vest?
to him, hoping he would halfway comprehend.
No, I mean,
But
you gotta think 3-word commands here. Like,
I know I haven't actually tried to communicate with you directly before. So
Like use words like heel and boy or something. I don't know.
so
Like,
I understand the gist of what's going on up in the sky, but like I'm like, "Ugh." Like I'm reluctant to pull off of it. Shit.
I want to throw the cracker. I have a Queen Hobart steak cracker, and I just want to fling it so hard. Maybe at the thing, at the shadow box, or maybe far away so it get distracted. But I will miss the toy prize. Decisions.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm already having an existential crisis, and now I have to deal with this. This is a bad day for me.
Oh man.
Maybe I'll just get desperate and throw it in a fit of rage.
So this was already a pretty tough check.
It was already at 5. Yeah. Oh, and the rain's coming down.
All right. Well, I'll back. We'll go around.
I was just about to ask for the
that
weather
good
because I
Britain
saw
rain.
it raining in the picture
A good
of the
Singlish
shadow
rain.
box. Nice. Okay.
All right. So same roll.
You gonna make a stealth roll and do the same roll?
No, I mean another roll.
Oh yeah, the difficulty's
Go
higher.
around.
If you want to do that, yes.
So
But yeah, difficulty 7.
Then. So if we pull off this, I hope y'all have another way of finding them.
You can always
I'm
make a
just
stealth
hoping
roll. Or you can just try to gun down the shadow box. I mean, they're not particularly tough. You could send even
bet
one
on us.
with his
I want to throw that cracker.
I'll make another sense roll, and we'll just go about another. Try to go the long way.
just to know, even they're not that particularly tough.
Nope.
So if you have to. Okay. So so you go the long way. You go the long way back around, and unfortunately, the rain is washing out the scent, or you couldn't find it again. Maybe when you went back around, maybe you went too far away from the trail when you came back around. You can't find it again. You're not in the right place. Something's amiss when you go back around. So you pass through multiple alleys.
So I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah. So you can backtrack to where you were, attempt again. But I love the idea of saying that, Jeff, now that did you all follow him when he circled back around? Okay. All right. So this is what we did. You guys did a wide arc. Okay. And you did this. And you guys, do you try to turn back to find your original position? Is that what we see you guys do?
I mean, we were trying to avoid the cops.
Right.
I mean, that's up to you guys.
If I could communicate with you, we could just send you, and I could follow you with the blurb flies and then catch up. But I can't tell you that.
You can just tell me to go, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense. Go find the trail. We'll catch up.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, because he'd probably be taking off with or without y'all. So
okay, so you took the long way, circled around, failed to get the trail, but then what does your character do when you don't get the trail? Do you try to go back to the people? Go back to your friends?
I'd go back to the original.
Okay, so you try to go back to your friends and back at the original trail. Okay, so when you try to turn back, Jeff, you catch a smell, a horrible smell that you just utterly despise. And the familiar smell of shadow. And your dog hair stands on end. And around the corner of the alley, you smell a Shadowcop approaching. So Shadowcops are special division of the Manchester Police Department that are basically just they're basically just like super heavy, well-armed grunts. And they're fused with basically shadow powers.
Would I be worried about them being there? I'm a dog, in an alley. Or wherever we're at. I don't know where we're at, but
they kind of they put you on ease. They kind of put you out of ease. They kind of make you fearful just their presence.
I'm not worried about them capturing me for some reason.
Just by the fact that you're a stray dog, they might try to just like hit you with a riot stunner and just call animal control. And then put you on a lorry back to the kennel. Just because you're a stray dog, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, now you're still They probably hit you the right stunner because it can't communicate with you. See if you have some kind of form of ID, and then throw you the kennel if you don't.
All right.
And since you don't have an ID, that would mean, yeah.
Oh man, I was
I'm gonna
actually.
just
Ooh,
try to walk.
yeah, you might have some form of ID.
That's what I was wondering. Like,
Oh
we
shit!
just
Then
don't
Jeff
know
get
how to check it.
Jeff get put back in the service. Jeff's character be gone. He'd be like, "Oh, you're back here, buddy," and then like, he's a cop again.
I mean, I'll just try to just nonchalantly walk past.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting.
This thing.
Okay. Since it's a shadow cop, so I see your character because he's nervous around it because he's a shadow cop, right? Like kind of nervously, like walking past it with hair still on end, and the shadow cop, like, he doesn't react to you at first, and then like he looks past you, and he looks down at you as you pass him, and like you see his info beam like fired down at you, and so you see the like sweep across you, and you notice that he sweeps across your back, your like your what do you call it, your chest plate and your like harness, and then he just kind of looks away, and he just keeps going, like he info beamed your harness and saw your ID and says that's MPD, and then he just keeps on his business. Yeah, he's like, that's one of us, and then he just kind of
And I still have no freaking clue what happened there.
Yeah.
So I just
Nice.
keep going.
Yes. All right, cool. Very cool. All right, cool. So we're going to take our first break, guys. That was pretty awesome. I liked how that played out. So we're going to take our first break. Everyone, thank you for joining us. We're only going to be gone for a couple seconds. I'm just going to take some medicine, give everybody a chance to take a use restroom, whatever. So we'll be right back. Thank you for joining us once again. We'll be right back.